Eyewitness News starts right now with breaking news.
We are following that breaking news right now out of Charleston, where a Charleston police officer was shot in the line of duty. We do have multiple crews on this story tonight. Whitney Wetzel anchoring our coverage from the scene.
I want to begin with Danielle Dindak, who was first here on scene. All of our reporters are providing live updates on their social media pages.
The officer then fought back and eventually shot the suspect twice.
We have team coverage. Anthony Kahn is at the scene of that shooting on Bigley Avenue. But first, let's go to Eyewitness News reporter Danielle Dindak, who's at the Charleston Police Department with the latest on the murder investigation. Danielle?
Tonight, we are continuing to follow the latest developments after a Charleston police officer was shot in the line of duty. New tonight, exclusive video as officers swarmed the area and surrounded the suspect with guns drawn to take him into custody.
Honoring a hero, Officer Cassie Johnson. Eyewitness News special coverage starts now.
Just stream of blue lights on Interstate 77.
Now you're taking a live look at our Eyewitness News Sky Team drone. We do have team coverage tonight of the outpouring of support as we said goodbye to a hero here in the capital city tonight.
Eyewitness News starts right now with breaking news.
And right off the top, a developing situation in eastern Kanawha County, a massive explosion at the Chemours plant in Bell. That used to be the DuPont plant. Everyone within at least a 2-mile radius from that plant is now being ordered to shelter in place as a precaution. This is a live look near the plant. Of course, they are basically the police officers there and everyone in control of getting that scene under control, of telling everyone to stay back. We're getting more pictures coming into our newsroom from our viewers.
Rick, first of all, I want to thank WCHS. You all have done an excellent job in informing the public. At this time, we are still requesting a shelter in place.
A fire and that explosion. Look at the smoke plume.
And actually, Rick, I have David Fletcher. He's the mayor of the town of Bell here on my cell phone. I have him on speaker, so we're doing it a little bit of an unconventional way, but it was just faster than having to route him through our production in the back here. So, David, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Again, the explosion, as we know, is somewhere right in this zone right here right now. So anything that's in the air, any smoke particles would tend to drift towards Quinn Road right there, Ashford Lane, Maple Road, Simmons Creek. So these are all areas, again, that are under that shelter-in-place warning right now.
We do have our reporters out tonight at various locations that at safe vantage points. We're going to send it out to CJ Harvey. He's at one of the roadblocks that have been set up out there in eastern Kanawha County tonight. CJ?
Yeah, hey guys, we're our vantage point right now, we're on I-64 westbound, like coming back into Charleston. We're looking down on the Bell exit here on Route 60. I'll step out of the shot here. You can kind of see what's happening.
We have team coverage of all of those angles tonight. Kenny Bass starts things off at our live news desk with an exclusive Eyewitness News investigation into this explosion. Kenny?
In the immediate aftermath of the explosion, our investigative team thought it would be a good idea to let you know each company working on the former DuPont site and the chemicals which they are processing. In the midst of our search, we found a surprising development tied directly to Optima Chemical and the fatal blast. In response to our questions about the chemicals on that site, Kanawha County emergency officials say Optima did not disclose it was working with chlorinated dry bleach as it is required to by law.
And now Leslie Rubin takes a look at a group operating off the radar to most of the public and even police who found out about it when she brought it to their attention.
As the mayor of the city, you should at least have a position on it.
Sure. Well,
do you support it starting back up at the health department or not?
The Eyewitness News I-Team has exclusively learned that Feaster allegedly stole between $65,000 and $87,000 over a 3-year period.
You may be the reason these cases get another look as we start Eyewitness News Investigates Cold Case Files.
Once a month, we'll be featuring a new case.
Who would want to torture and murder a 77-year-old man who was deeply adored by those around him? And why? Our investigation discovered that Eyewitness News cameras were intentionally shut out of that hearing.
So we have to say that.
We begin now with that breaking news out of Charleston and a follow-up to an exclusive I-Team investigation. City of Charleston Community Relations Coordinator Alexandra Gallo has now resigned.
Your vote 2020, the results are rolling in and what will go down as a historic primary election. We do have team coverage tonight.
We join you tonight in the midst of a historic election night. Eyewitness News is bringing you the numbers and updates all night long as they come in. And we do have team coverage across our region. Anthony Kahn and Danielle Dindak covering the race for West Virginia governor, which was called by the Associated Press early. And Dave Benton is in Kentucky following the highly publicized Kentucky U.S. Senate race.
Well, concern is growing over the coronavirus. About an hour and a half ago, the Centers for Disease Control confirmed a second case here in the U.S.
What are some of the things that we should be concerned about in West Virginia with the coronavirus right now? Where are we? Where do things stand?
Well, things are rapidly evolving, clearly. We do not have not identified a case in West Virginia yet, but we will not at all be surprised to see one shortly.
Eyewitness News starts right now with the latest on the coronavirus pandemic.
Our health officials came to me and said, now we do have our first positive.
We were very cautious when we first heard about this in the news and did not think it was going to be us.
We continue our team coverage tonight with Anthony Kahn, live with the impact on local businesses and restaurants.
There are so many unknowns surrounding this virus, but one thing that's certain, restaurants and bars in West Virginia are set to close at midnight.
Been practicing social distancing and today taking it to a new level for you this morning.
So here they are. They wanted to say hi, but like so many moms and dads, we're just trying to make this work.
And we're broadcasting from my living room with my parrot. She's a cockatoo. Her name's Lucy.
We want to social distance ourselves from people at work to the best of our ability with this virus going around, of course.
It is the first day of school across West Virginia, but a lot of parents calling for action, saying their kids need to be in the classroom as many start off with virtual only. We have been following West Virginia's return to school all day. We do have live team coverage tonight here at 5.
She wanted to take care of those people. Right now, one of my projects is to fix it up and get it ready and open it up as an assisted living again. Just to honor her.
Thank you for joining us on this somber anniversary. It has now been 10 years since the Upper Big Branch mine disaster forever changed the state of West Virginia.
29 men taken in the nation's worst coal mining disaster in 40 years.
A fourth-generation coal miner who loved the outdoors. He was just 20.
You know, he's not been forgotten, and I won't ever let him be forgotten. I love him too much to just let it go.
When I go into public places like a department store, I'm watched closely. If I go into a convenience store,
racism is just wrong, and everyone should be able to live a peaceful life without being worried to walk out of your house and like dying, because nobody wants to die.
That's true. No one ever wants to die.
Well, we are tracking some severe weather across the area right now. We have a tornado warning that has just been issued for parts of the region.
You can see right along here, this brighter corridor of light green, which is probably 50, 60 mile an hour wind gusts. That's going to likely travel again through Southridge and eventually downtown Charleston.
I kind of want to give you a more extended view of everything we're seeing here this morning. You can see many trees are down, a lot of them just directly to my left. I want you to take a look at just how they broke off there.
A snowy Christmas Eve on tap tonight, and we have team coverage as a winter storm will bring several inches of snow over just a few hours span. But first, let's get over to Chief Meteorologist Doug Harlow with a look at this storm's potential. Doug?
Yeah, Whitney, and a testament to this storm's potential is the fact that our entire viewing area is under a winter storm warning. That hasn't happened in quite some time, probably in about 4 years' time.
You can see this is in the Kanawha City area. So kind of between those two traffic cameras are where these two accidents are happening right now.
On average, Charleston sees around 2.5 feet of snow in a meteorological winter season. But as you can see here, it's been a few years since that has last happened. This year, in 2020, we saw just over 9 inches of snow. However, 2018 has seen less, only around 5 inches.
Huntington has switched over too, and so it's just a matter of about another hour, hour and a half before we start to see that switch over in Charleston too, and that snow will start to stick very quickly. In fact, it's going to be falling at the rate of an inch or more an hour. We've seen warmer than normal temperatures across the southeast and somewhat wetter than normal conditions in the Midwest and Ohio Valley, but that's not always the case. Looking back at the last several La Nina winters, the last 3 have produced very little snow in our region.
The year of 2020 for high school football in West Virginia will long be remembered as the season of COVID-19. Since the first weekend of September, the Mountain State high school football scene has been like no other. Tonight, the Huntington Highlanders are at home and getting set to play a 9th game with an outside shot at reaching the postseason.
From the gun, hands it to Pritt. Turns the corner, got daylight, first down and more. Pritt on the move. And no one is going to get Pritt. Bowens gets the call. Bowens has the first down. Bowens has the touchdown. Ball at the 49-yard line, and Vanco whips it out into the hands of Armstrong, and finding daylight again. Armstrong won't be stopped. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Gallia Academy.
The regular season of high school football in Ohio will be just 6 games in 2020 due to COVID-19. Once those 6 are played, teams will move directly into the playoffs. Thus, tonight marks the midway point for Buckeye State programs in what is week number 3. The Rock Hill Redmen and Gallia Academy Blue Devils are off to 1-1 starts this year. And tonight, they look for win number 2 against each other in an Ohio Valley Conference matchup. The old French city of Gallipolis on the banks of the Ohio River is the site tonight for great high school football action as we bring you our Parmar Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week presented by Rowley's with Rock Hill going up against Gallia Academy. It comes your way next. November 14th, 1970. It was a college football Saturday like so many before, and the countless ones that have since followed.
If you wanted to have friends, you needed to play football pretty good.
Red Dawson was more than pretty good, earning a scholarship to Florida State where he was a captain and then played professionally. He chose the coaching field afterwards. He was Marshall's young defensive coordinator. His future was bright, just like the Thundering Herd program of head coach Rick Tolley. And from the heavens above, the 75 are looking down, day and night, beaming with pride.